Page 4. I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye Joda Zoge Jonam La Chanju Bardo Dani Gyalsoji Ave Jinso Kebe Sonamge Tola Benjire Sangye Dubarai Sho Sangye Joda Zoge Jonam La Chanju Bardo Dani Gyalsoji Ave Jinso Kebe Sonamge Tola Benjire Sangye Dubarai Sho Sangye Joda Zoge Jonam La Chanju Bardo Dani Gyalsoji Ave Jinso Kebe Sonamge Tola Benjire Sangye Dubarai Sho Om Ye Dharma Heto Prabha Tesham Dathagato Hyavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhati Mahashramanaye Svaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Hyavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhati Mahashramanaye Svaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhati Mahashramanaye Svaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. Its decision of causes is taught by the great seer. Okay, so what we said here is that all phenomena arise from the causes, and causes are taught by the Tathagata. And the cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. So what are the causes taught by the Tathagata? What are the causes which the Tathagata taught as a cause of the miseries? Anyone? Presents? Yes, Varma? Varma. Okay, so Brahman, can you just elaborate more? Very good. Anyone else who likes to make me happy? How do you make me happy?
The karmas, which is caused by the afflictions, which is caused by elaborations, which is caused by self-grasping ignorance.
Elaborations or the conceptual inappropriate attention? Yes. So but the Tomar, he made me very happy. Right? He just said everything so precise. So the miseries are caused by the contaminant karmas, which in turn are caused by afflictions. So here the affliction is the gross afflictions. Why gross afflictions? I'll explain. And afflictions, and which in turn are, and they were produced by inappropriate attention, and which in turn are produced by self-grasping ignorance. Okay. Anybody who likes to explain to us why there's the affliction here in this context is referred to as what I refer to as the gross affliction. Why? Anyone? What do you think? Can you guess? I don't think I shared this in the class. Can you guess why I mentioned this? Of these 5 points. Number 3. Number 3, affliction as the gross affliction. Yes, Tomar?
Maybe like subtle affliction is a self-grasping ignorance, which later leads to the gross afflictions of anger.
Okay, perfect. So in fact, we see that of the first one is what? Miseries. Or the samsara is created by now. The first one is the result, and the remaining 4 are the causes. Remaining 4 are the causes of the result, of the miseries. Misery is something so evident we don't want, yet we have. These miseries arise from contaminated karmas, number 1. Contaminated karmas arise from afflictions. This affliction, I said, the gross one. Why gross? Because what causes the afflictions? This affliction, like what? Inappropriate attention, which in turn arises from self-grasping ignorance. So even these, the first two meaning the self-grasping ignorance and the inappropriate attention, both are afflictions. Both are afflictions. They are the subtle afflictions. And what's the difference between the subtle and the gross? You will see. Okay, let's say that. Okay, let's put it like this. Let's say, say you are dreaming and you dream of me raising a flower, and you see the flower as dream or the flower is real. You are dreaming, imagine. You see flower is dream or flower is real? Real. Okay. So that is ignorance or that is ignorance, or this is the wisdom? Ignorance. Okay, so it begins with this ignorance of seeing the dream flower as a real flower. And then there's a group A. How many? Group A loves flower, raise hands. Group A. And group B, how many loves flowers? Okay, that's a group A. There seems like, what about group A? The flower? Yes. Rainbow?
I've got a migraine at the moment, and so I'm in a lot of pain.
Oh.
So but I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
completely present, but I'm also with really high level pain.
Oh, pain off?
Do you want paracetamol?
I've taken 2.
I have a migraine, special for migraine.
Oh.
Maybe we can speak after.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's say that group A, let's say you love flower. Group B, you don't love flower. Let's say, right? And some people, they don't really love flower. So when the curtains, the flower, again flower there. Curtains with the flower design. Tablecloth with the flower, again there's a flower there. They're fed up with the flowers. Some people, they love flowers. So let's say group A loves flower, group B doesn't love flower. Say in the dream, I raise this up, and both of you, I ask group A, what is this? Flower. Group B, what is this? Flower. Whether you like it or not, you give the same answer. You're getting it? So there, this is affliction. Affliction meaning that you see this misconception, seeing the dream flower as a real flower. This is misconception. You're getting a self-grasping ignorance is a misconception. So now on top of that, then I ask the second question. How nice is this flower? Group A? Amazing. Group B? So-so. Alright? Group B, so-so. Group A? Amazing. Okay, so now the answer differs. You're getting it? To the first question, your answer is same. Both say that. What is my first question? What is this? What am I holding? And both groups said it's a flower. It's the same answer. So, in the second case, how good is the flower? Then group A says it's amazing. Group B says it's so-so. So the answer differs. So where you give the same answer, the mind which makes you to give the same answer, that is a purely cognitive thought process. Cognitively, this is flower. That's the finish. Not like affinity is not expressed.
Now with the second question, how good is the flower? Then group A says, this is amazing. Group B says, this is so-so. Answer differs. That's the affective quality of your mind. You're getting it? Affective side of the mind. And the affective side of the mind is actually driven by the cognitive side of the mind. So this is extremely important understanding. Affective side is more from we discussed the 5 ever-present mental factors. The last one, what is the last one? Intention. So there, the intention makes the mind move. How is this flower? Guru says, amazing. When you say amazing, your mind moves towards the object, yes. Is it pulled towards the object? Yes. When you say so-so, it's not pulled. It's a disaster. It's pushed. You're getting it? Pulled, pushed, or neutral. There are three things. Or with this in mind, say that first this dream flower. Both of you see this as real flower. This is the metaphor for seeing things you have in the self-grasping ignorance, viewing things as objectively real. Then I say, what are the qualities of this? Then Guru say, oh yes, that's very good qualities. Textures are very good. Then you exaggerate the qualities of the object. And Guru says, no, it's so, right? So group A exaggerate the qualities of object. Exaggerating the qualities of the object is known as inappropriate attention. Exaggerating the object per se is this self-grasping ignorance. Exaggerating the qualities of the object is known as inappropriate. You are inappropriately exaggerating the qualities of the object. Then I said, how nice is this? Group A says, amazing. You getting it? So which means involuntary pull that happens. That is the attachment. That is the gross affliction. Gross affliction. And then group B, so-so. And group C, I don't know. Group C will say the disaster. So there is a push happens. You getting it? Push. So involuntary pull, involuntary push. These are very gross afflictions. Whereas the misconceiving this as the dream flower as a real flower. This is simply a misconception, cognitive error, and this is known as this metaphor for self-grasping ignorance. It's just a cognitive error, and that's it. Then the say, for example, say if something, I would ask the group A, if there are two people, one says that what is this flower? So. How good is the flower? So. And the another group says this flower is a disaster, right? And if you have to stay with somebody, with group A, group B or group C, with which you would like to stay. Group B says so. Group C says a disaster. And group A, you like the flower so much. So which of if only one option is given, you will stay either with group A, group B or group C. Which of the two groups you would say? Group A. Group B, right? Group B. Okay, because they are more neutral and the disaster is extreme. So group B is closer to your thinking. You're getting it? So the point is that the neutral feeling, so that the affinity is not expressed. It's not like it's amazing, it is disastrous. These are the affinities. Okay, so because this affinity comes, the associated with the many factors which create this affinity. And one is the self-centered attitude. And the other one is the many other factors in the past, like being used to this object, having seen the benefit of this object, or this object associated with somebody you love. For example, your mother loves the flower so much, and you love your mother so much. Because you love your mother so much, you therefore indirect affinity to the flower which the mother loves so much. So there are many factors involved which makes you feel the affinity to the flower. Okay, so in other words, what I'm saying is that when the affinity is expressed, afflictions in the form of affinity, it becomes gross. Affinity is expressed. Okay, how many you, be very honest, how many you have seen people who are shopaholics? People people who are, or you have seen. I'm not saying who is so shopaholic. I'm not asking this. I'm asking anybody, whether you or you have seen somebody as shopaholics. Huh?
Like addicted to shopping.
Somebody is addicted to shopping. Raise hands. I'm not asking who is shopaholic. This is not my question. You know somebody who is a shopaholic, whether yourself or anybody else, raise hands? Okay, good. Okay. Yinping? You know shopaholics? Okay. Keep it confidential. Okay, let's say that, okay, you are in Tushita. In Tushita, there's no shop. There's no shopping malls. What is that? Spencer, what is that? Mark Spencer. There's no shopping place here in Tushita. And you go into your simple room, sleep. And you dream of a big shopping mall, Mark Spencer. That's what you dream. You're getting it? You dream of a big shopping mall. Right? Okay. So, then so first, say, if you are the shopaholic, if you are a shopaholic, but you are not, I'm not asking. If you're a shopaholic, you dream of a huge shopping mall. Right? And then you go, then what happens? Once the shopping mall is created, then the shopaholic comes. Right? Comes and says, oh, Chanel, Gucci, right? And then what? What? Vuitton. Okay. And Zara, what? Right? Zara. Right? So then, oh, I like this, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this. Okay. So here, say, do you know that once upon a time there was a very empty place, barren place. Suddenly a huge building came up. This is a shopping, what is that? Shopping mall, right? Do you know about such things? Once upon a time, it's a barren place, and suddenly a huge shopping mall come up. So somebody created a shopping mall. Do you think that the person who created the shopping mall ever went there to see Chanel? No, his job is just create the shopping mall, right? And then left. He's busy in the office. And then the shoppers come, shopaholics, they come, right? They come, right? They come and then say, oh, this is that, this is Chanel, I like this, right? So I never had Chanel, right? Dad, Mom, can I have this for my birthday? Right? Okay. So for this, you require two things. You agree? One is somebody should create the shopping mall. The person per se may not be interested in shopping at all, right? May not be interested himself or herself, not interested in shopping. Just create the shopping mall and then left in the office. And then there should be the shopper. Shopaholic should be also there. If it's not there, then the purpose of the shopping mall is defeated. So the shopaholics or the shoppers should come, right? So the one who creates the shopping mall is a self-grasping ignorance. Self-grasping ignorance creates all these things. Look at this, look at that, look at this, This is all created by self-grasping ignorance. Then the self-centered attitude comes to do the shopping. I want this, I want that, this is nice, this is not nice. Self-centered attitude comes. You're getting it? Then the mother shows you you imagine you are a little girl or a little boy, and the mother shows very simple ones, cheaper ones. This is good for you. No, the color is not good. The size is not good. I don't like this design. And then you have actually seen Vuitton there. Right? And mother is not looking at the Vuitton, you're showing you the cheaper ones, right? And if nothing works with you. Whatever the mother says, nothing works. Because you have seen the Vuitton and Chanel there. or what is that, Gucci dear. You've seen that. And the shoes, it doesn't fit. It fits perfectly well, but somehow you say that no, it's not correct, it's not this, it's not. Oh, mom, let's do it another day. Actually, here you have seen the Gucci shoe dear. You're getting it, mother's not looking at it. So therefore, then all these stirs happen, emotional stirs happen. So these emotional stirs are the stress, mental distress. So these are created by, number one, the shopping mall was created. Then the shopaholic you come. And then you say something which is so desirable, then your mind moves there. Not desirable, the cheaper ones, your mind is pushed. Pull and push happens. Attachment, aversion happens. So, attachment, aversion, it comes later or the shopping mall comes later? Attachment, aversion comes later or the shopping mall came later? Which of the two come later? Attachment came later. Shopping mall should be created first. So that is the work of the self-grasping ignorance. Then the attachment, aversion came with the shopper. Shopper is the self-centered attitude. You go, I want this, huh? Self-centered attitude. So, self-centered attitude is the one who does the shopping. You're getting it? I want this, I don't want this, this is the thing. So then the mental stir happens, involving pull, involving push happens. These are the gross afflictions. Once we created the shopping malls were created by the self-grasping ignorance. That is the subtle self-centered, subtle afflictions. Okay, now going with this example, go back to the dream, right? First, your mind has to create in the dream, you see that you are going to a shopping mall. You're getting it? In the dream. So who made this shopping mall? Dream shopping mall, who made it? Your mind made it. Your mind made it first, right? Your mind made the shopping mall. And then you go to do the shopping in the right. Did you ever dream of going for shopping in the shopping mall? Raise hands. Never. Joel, no, never. Anybody else? Yes. Raise hands. Yes. Yes. Raise hands. Okay, don't feel shy. What's the problem? To go to shopping mall is good. What's wrong? Right? What's wrong? Okay. So the point is that in your dream, you first make the shopping mall. Nobody made this shopping mall. Your mind made the shopping mall, number one. That is the metaphor for self-grasping ignorance. Then, you do not know that you have created this shopping mall, right? You do not know that you own this shopping mall. Actually, this is your shopping mall. Nobody comes in this shopping mall, right? Right? Yes, no? Hey, Srishti? The shopping mall mentally, you in your dream, that the shopping mall that you made, right? Nobody comes there, only you go there, right? It all belongs to you. You don't have to go to the shopping, it's yours. But in the dream, we do not know that it's your mental creation. So you go to do the shopping. You're getting it. I like this, I don't like this. Oh, it's too expensive. No, don't worry, it's yours. It's what you've created. But you think that it's not yours. It's objectively real, they're owned by somebody else. So that's the self-centered attitude. So first the self-grasping ignorance creates things, and the self-centered attitude goes to, I like this, I don't like that, and then the afflictions, gross afflictions arise. Okay. So before Peter says something, ask the question, let me first finish this. Say, just as what happens in dream, this is exactly what is happening in the waking state. We are in the unconventional dream. You're getting it? We see somebody, we see people around us, we feel cold, the food, I want, if I can get a pizza, I don't get a pizza here. All these things body mind is creating. So the self-grasping ignorance projects all these things. And the self-centered attitude, then goes there and then say, oh, this is good, this is not good, I like this, no, this is a problem for me, that person is creating a problem on me, and so forth. All these things happen. So, How many of you watched movie in a movie theater? Okay. Say, you are watching a movie here, there's a screen on which you are watching the movie. And where's the movie coming from? Where's the projector? Behind you.
Yes.
The room behind you. You're getting it? Say, is the movie coming from the screen or coming from the projector? It's coming from the projector, not from the screen. But you are not watching the projector, you are watching the screen. You're getting it? Although the movie is coming from the projector, you're not watching it. You're not watching the projector, you're watching the screen. So the movie is on the screen. It's not from the screen. It's from the projector. And if the movie is a ghost movie, then oftentimes you cover your face. Yes, cover your eyes, cover your face. How many of you did that? Raise hands. Ghost movies, cover your... Okay, 1, 2, 3, many of you. Okay. Why did you cover your face? Huh? If there's a real ghost, it should not come from the screen, it's come from the projector. So you have to cover from the projector, right? But you cover from the screen, right? Okay. So there, the point is that the movie is projected by the movie projector. And how do you know the movie is projected by movie projector? How do you know that? Wali? How do you know that? The movie is coming from the projector. You said the movie came from the projector.
Turning around.
Huh?
Turning around. Turning around.
Turning around, you see many things. Projector and the person who is operating the projector. It's not coming from the person who projector. How do you know that the movie is coming from the projector? Anybody? Yes?
If you cover the projector, then you will see nothing.
Yes. The moment there's a little, say the projector malfunctions. Projector stops functioning for a few seconds. Instantly the movie stops on screen. This is proof that the movie is not coming from the screen, it's coming from the projector. You're getting it? So when you're watching movies, how many experience that sometimes the movie projector, malfunctions? Raise hands? And you feel so unhappy, right? Okay, when I was little in school here, TCV school here, when I was little, like Kaya's age, Kaya's age, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the most exciting thing in our school was to watch the movies. And the movie only once in a month. And then every boy and girl, we are just waiting for that day. And oftentimes what happens is that there's a power cut. Power cut, no inverter. Power cut issue, no generator. Power cut, and we have to keep waiting. Then the movie, the screener, he will say that, I'm very sorry, so we have to leave. Right? After waiting for like half an hour or sometimes 1 hour or so, then you have to leave, very sad. And then if there's the power, then the projector breaks down so fast. In almost like after 5 minutes, 6 minutes, the projector breaks. Again, you would wait for another 1 minute. And then the person there would again break the films, they're broken, they're put together, sealed it, or sealed it, I don't know. But they said, they seal it, and then it takes a few minutes. And again, so laboriously the person does it, and again it's more. Again after 6, 7, 10 minutes, again it breaks. Again you do it. It's extremely painful. So what about the effectiveness of those projectors? My school projectors in those days, effectiveness not effective, but there's one projector which is extremely effective. Effective, our mind. Self-grasping ignorance. This is a projector which never failed since time immemorial till now. Right? And this is bad news. This is good news. It's not good news. It's a bad news. Because this projector is so effective, we are trapped consistently in this dream. This projector never stops. Right? When does your projector of your mind works how many hours a day? 1 hour or 2 hours a day? Huh? 24/7, 20 days, never a break. And the Arya beings, they're deliberately trying to stop this projector from operating, right? So this projector projects samsara. So to stop this, then the samsara stops. What is nightmare? The dream is what? A projection by the projector of your own mind, dreaming mind. That's the projector. So when you stop this projector, the dreaming mind projector, when you wake up, the projector of the dream, you keep it on hold, and then the nightmare stops. Likewise, the projector of self-grasping ignorance is so effective, and this is bad news for us. So therefore, we have to stop this. We have to stop this projector. You're getting it? We have to stop this projector. Okay. So with this, the point is that how does our samsara operate? So we already explained on the basis of the 5 points. Ceasing karma's afflictions is nirvana, and anyone who know this verse by heart now? Did we read it before? Huh? You've heard it before, or huh? If you vaguely remember, maybe from a past life. Sometimes deja vu comes. Yes.
Ceasing of karmas and affliction is nirvana. They arise from conceptualization of inappropriate intention, which in turn arises from elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. Elaboration ceases through the wisdom of emptiness.
Perfect. Very good. So now I'm going to explain this. What the Srishti read. I'm going to explain this in simple words. Okay, how the dream occurs. So samsara is nothing but the dream, the play of a dream. In the play of the dream, you are trapped there and you suffer. This is how the miseries come into existence. I'm going to quickly share with you how how samsara operates on the basis of the dreaming. Okay. Do you agree with me that by the way, how many of you have noticed in your life the mechanism of dream, how the dream comes into origination? Anyone? Some idea? You notice? How many have been dreaming for 1 year or 10 years, 2 years? All these many years, right? We have been dreaming. But how many have noticed the mechanism of the dream? How the dream is coming to existence? How many notice that? How many have noticed that? If you notice, share with us how the dream comes into being. Okay. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me that first you lie down and then your eyes closed, or eyes open, whatever, most likely eyes closed, and then your mind starts to create the dream. You agree? How it's created. Okay, that keep this aside. Say it creates the dream. Number 1, your mind creates the dream. Number 2, you are unaware that it is your mind creating the dream. Number 2, you agree? Yes. You are unaware that you are creating the dream. In most cases, some people, we all said that once in a while we have the awareness that, oh, now I'm dreaming. But in most cases, number 1, we dream, we create the dream. Number 1, don't forget these words, even the words. We create the dream, number 1. Number 2, we are unaware that we are dreaming, number 2. Because, even this sequence, don't lose the sequence. The sequence is very important. Don't miss the sequence. The first, you create the dream. Number 2, you are unaware that you are creating the dream. Number 2. Because you are unaware that you are creating the dream appears as objectively real. Meaning that you have nothing to do with its creation. The dream appears as objectively real. Not as a dream, but as real. Nothing to do with you, but as objectively real, number 3. Because of number 3, then number 4. the dream affects you. You're getting it? Dream affects you. Say, if it's the cheesecake dream, right? And then it makes you smile. It affects you. It makes you smile. Okay, it affects you. Because it affects you, you react. Right? You go to grab at it. You react. You getting it? Okay. How many points? 5 points. 5 points. Number 1, you create the dream. Number 2, you're unaware that you're creating the dream. You're unaware that you're creating the dream. Number 2. Number 3, because you're unaware, you see dream as objectively real. As real, not as a dream, as real. Because you see it as a real, then the dream objects, they affect you. Because they affect you, you react. If it's nice, you would grab at it. If it's not nice, you run away. If it's a dream, you dream of goals, then you run away. Right? You react. Okay. So, and react, you're happy, not happy? No. Not happy. You're getting it? This is misery. So, same, if an unpleasant dream, then you run away. It's very unhappy. If it's a pleasant dream, is happy, not happy? Very happy. So you are, because you are happy, you like it. You don't want to get up. You don't want to wake up. You are trapped in the dream. You're getting this suffering or not? Yes. You're trapped in miseries. Right? Okay. So, from this we see that 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1. Number 1, you create the dream. Number 2, you are unaware that you're dreaming. You are unaware that you are creating the dream. Number 3, therefore the dream contents appear as real, not like a dream, as real. Number 4, the dream contents, they affect you. Number 5, you react. And then plus 1 is the effect. You are miserable. How miserable? When that is undesirable, you run away. It's stressful. This is misery. When it is pleasant, then you don't want to wake up from the dream. Right? You are sucked up in the samsara. Right? Samsara. And say if it's a pleasant dream, what's wrong? You're getting it? This may be a question. Some of you may think like this. If it's a pleasant dream, what's wrong? Even if you don't want to wake up, it's fine. What's wrong? Okay, this is very important. Let me ask you this question. Let's say that you are meeting your family members after the COVID. 2 years of separation from your family members due to COVID. And you are meeting the family members once more. And you are so close, affectionate, loving with each other. You're happy. So say that you are in a dream, you are meeting the family members after 2 years of the COVID in the dream. Pleasant, unpleasant dream? Very pleasant. Right? Amazingly pleasant. Number 1. And then they say you go for a holiday together. And then there was an earthquake. Earthquake magnitude 9.9. Right? 9, magnitude 9. What is that like? Disaster. Massive, big disaster. And then the house collapsing like this. And you think that, I'm dead. When you say, I'm dead, right? Your mother wakes you up. Pleasant, unpleasant? Very good. So, first part of the dream, amazingly beautiful, meeting with the family members after 2 years of lockdown, COVID lockdown, and you're going to holiday, and not only one family member, but all family members together, amazing. And then the same moment, the same dream, the next part is where the earthquake happens, and everybody is being collapsed by the collapsing building, and then you think that I'm dead, and number 3, the mother wakes you up. 3. Of the 3 moments, which do you prefer? Number 1, 2, 3.
1, 3.
Huh?
1, 3.
No, only 1. Choose 1. Don't choose 2. Huh? 3. Okay, good. What's the problem with number 1? Is the dream? Is the dream? What's the problem with the number one? Okay, now I like to ask you, there are so many commonalities between 1 and 2. What are the commonalities? Before I ask you what are the commonalities, my question to you is, what is 1? What is 2? You forget about it 2 and then the basis is lost. You cannot look for the commonalities. What is 1? They got over there. Me having a beautiful meeting after 2 years of lockdown with the family members. Very good. What is 2? Earthquake. Severe magnitude 9 earthquake. Not just earthquake. Right? And disaster. Okay. So there are so many commonalities between the incident, the situation 1 and scenario 2. Just tell me some of the commonalities. Anyone, quick. There's no hard and fast rule to say the one is wrong, what is right over there.
Strong emotions.
In both cases, strong emotions are there. Anyone else?
Anything can happen next moment.
Anything happen the next moment, very good, without any control. Yes. Both the dreams. Anyone else? Yes.
Both appear real.
Both appears real. Anyone else?
You are not choosing what appears.
So what dream comes, you cannot choose. Anyone else? There are many commonalities between the two. Okay, so if you could remember last time, what we said is that, the dream, a certain Venerable Kumbhela says that we're all going to have the audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. How many are happy? Raise hands. In the dream. You're very happy. And she takes us all to audience. Then His Holiness says, Venerable Kumbhela, why not we all have tea together with me? You're happy? Even more happy, right? Okay. So you all like this dream. How many of you like to have this dream tonight? Raise hands. How many of you like to have this dream tonight? All of us will like to have this dream tonight. How many of you will have this dream tonight? Raise hands. Why not? Why not? Seriously, why not? It's a very pleasant dream, nice dream. Why not going to have it tonight?
I don't have control.
I don't have the control. I don't have the freedom to choose the dream. You're getting it? I don't have the freedom to choose the dream. How many agree with Shristi? Raise hands. I don't have freedom to choose. One problem with the dream is that I don't have the control to choose. I don't have the freedom to choose a dream. Lack of freedom is misery. You're getting it? However pleasant the dream is, there's an element of misery. What is that? Lack of freedom. If somebody were to ask you, what does it mean by misery? In short, you can say lack of freedom. For example, sickness is a misery. How? It is also a lack of freedom. How? I don't want to be sick, but I don't have freedom not to be sick. Lack of freedom. And then all these disasters in the family, right? Everybody wants to have a cordial family. Disasters in the family happen. We don't have the freedom not to have the disaster in the family. It happens. So lack of freedom. So we see that however pleasant the dream is, it is tainted by the lack of freedom. You don't have the freedom to choose the dream. This is a problem. So if somebody were asked you, what do you understand by misery? Right? Some people say misery is very subjective. Very subjective in a loose sense, meaning that what somebody interprets as misery, of course somebody else misery, is very fluid. It is not really concrete. Freedom from misery. What do you mean by that? It's very subjective. No, we can define it so well. Misery is lack of freedom. Lack of freedom, misery. Where there is lack of freedom, some people don't identify the subtle lack of freedom as lack of freedom. For example, like cheesecake. Hey, this afternoon there's going to be cheesecake. Happy? Yes. Well, the smiles come on your face. So you don't have the freedom not to have the smile on the face. Right? You don't have the freedom. It automatically comes. Okay, look at the other person sitting next to you. Look at the other person. So you don't have the freedom not to smile. Right? You don't have the freedom not to smile. You're getting it? So there's an element of lack of freedom there. And we say that cheesecake, wow. We said that, oh, he likes the cheesecake. You're getting it? He likes the cheesecake. So it is seen as a good thing. Actually, there's an element of lack of freedom. There's a lack of freedom there. You're getting it? And these ordinary people will not identify as lack of freedom. Lack of freedom means somebody grab you under the gun, then this is said to be lack of freedom. You getting it? Otherwise, like cheesecake, pulling your attention, then I want to have peace, right? Cheesecake comes, instantly your mind becomes so alert, right? So you don't have the peace anymore now. Why? The cheese pulls you, and you don't describe that as a lack of freedom. Actually, it's a lack of freedom. You're getting lack of freedom. Lack of freedom is misery. But ordinary people don't identify that as lack of freedom. Identify that as something good that we need to look for. Okay. Why are we going with all these things? Huh?
Valid question.
Which question?
Valid.
What did you ask question?
No, about 5 points of emptiness meditation.
That is yet to be done. Why? We digress all along these points. Why? Why not? Huh? Oh yes, yes. Okay, so we're talking about the 5 points. You're getting it? We're talking about the 5 points. Then I explain the 5 points in symbol form. How in the form of dream. Let's say, first we create the dream, then we're unaware that we create a dream. Because of that, a dream appears real. Hey, don't forget it. Don't miss that. I'm going fast now. First, we create the dream. Then, number 2, we are unaware that we are dreaming. We are creating the dream. Number 3, therefore it appears as object real. Then, number 4, therefore the object affects us. Then, number 5, we react. And then, the +1, we suffer. You getting it? We suffer. We suffer means we experience lack of freedom. Lack of freedom meaning that if it's a bad dream, we run, lack of freedom. If it's a pleasant dream, we are stuck there. We don't have freedom to come out. We are stuck there. Lack of freedom, that's misery. Okay, now applying this example to the real life. Self-grasping ignorance projects all these things. You getting it? What we said is that if you look at this through electron microscope, we don't see flower. We see bunch of atoms, no flower. You're getting no flower. In the eyes of ultimate analysis, no flower. But with your naked eyes, you see this is a flower. Where is this flower coming from? From the object, there's no flower. But when you look at it with naked eyes, it invariably appears as a flower. Where is this flower coming from? A cognitive quality of mind, which is self-grasping ignorance. Not all cognitive, but the mistaken cognitive thought process. Self-grasping ignorance, that is the one which is projecting the flower, right? And who's self-grasping ignorance? Your uncles or your moms? Your self-grasping ignorance. Your self-grasping ignorance projects the flower. The flower is not from the object, it's what your mind is projecting it. Which mind is projecting it? Your self-grasping ignorance is projecting it. Number 1. Number 2, what is number 2? You are unaware that your mind is projecting it. Okay, look at it. How does it appear to you? That your mind is projecting it or is from there? It's from there. So this is because of number 2 giving rise to number 3. What is number 2? You are unaware that your mind is projecting it. Because of which, number 3, the flower appears as objectively real. Number 3. And then if it's very pleasant and you are so fond of flowers, then what happens? That the flower will affect you. You getting it? Flower affect you. And then your mind will say, it's amazing. How is this flower? It's amazing. You're getting it? So your mind reacts. When you say it's amazing, your mind will not want to go away from the flower. So your mind is trapped by the flower. You have loss of freedom. You have loss of freedom to go away from it. So that is misery. You getting it? This is how the misery operates. Okay, good. So these points, let us not forget. Let's not forget. Going back to your respective places after the retreat, just keep thinking of how your mind operates with attachment, with anger, and the appreciation, and so for all these things, say how the mind operates with these 5 points. 5 points? Yes.
It might not be the time to answer it, but like I'm curious how it works with like shared phenomenon, like the sun, mountain, like
Yes, let's
all our minds are simultaneously
seeing the same thing.
creating.
For example, like let's say it's so cold, right? It's so cold. And Rainbow says, hey, Krishna, you feel cold. Let's all go there, the sun. Beautiful sun. We all want the same sun, right? Same sunshine. And then the rainbow takes up all the air and we feel so warm, so pleasant. So it's a common object. It's not like your own projection. It's a common thing. So how does it work with this? Is your question? Very good. Or anybody who can help me? Huh? How to resolve this question? How to give the answer to this question? The lady over there?
Convention is what we're trained to perceive since we're babies.
So this is the convention, but the convention of your mind, right? But what about the collective? The same object being seen by everybody. If it is your mind creation, others are not seeing. My dream is not seen by anybody else, right? So if it's my projection, then you cannot be seeing that. So, but we are seeing the same thing. So this is the question.
But we're trained from a baby that we call this sun, and this is warm, and this feels good. Like there's a collective conditioning that we all
This
have.
is how, so what you say is good in the context of in the context of the worldview where the philosophy of emptiness is not taught. In that context, yes, we are trained, and yes, that's right, right? Okay, and like what? Like what? Okay, this is victory, right? Peace. There's no victory. If it is victory, then 2 victories, right? These are all just we are trained to see this as a victory, this as good, this as bad. This are all finger. The same thing. It's the same thumb. About thumb. It doesn't matter. Same thumb. But why bad here, right? Why good here? It's just pure. We are trained that way. This is from the point of the convention where we are not introduced to the concept of emptiness, projection through mind, right? So how do you explain this? So the point is that what Rainbow is saying is that if you bring this concept of the projection of your mind, projection by self-grasping ignorance, in the real life, which you are talking about, in the real life, how do you respond to this? How do you understand it? How do you correlate with this real life? Anyone?
I'm not sure we see all the same thing exactly, because maybe the contact is the same for the sun, but then maybe 20 people will see, oh, it's a good idea to go out, I'm also cold, but one person is already hot or has a sensitive skin and it's a really bad idea for her to go out.
So the Rainbow is very smart. He was saying, if you have skin issues, don't come. Those people who collectively see this is nice, let's all go there. Right? So at least those people who agree that this is nice, they are seeing the same thing. You're getting it? It's not like your individual projection. Everybody's enjoying this. Okay, Peter.
Yes, everybody else is also the creation of my mind, so there's no common.
So which means that we are all dictated by you? Because I created you, you are creating me. Huh? Whether I'm dictating you or you are dictating me.
In my dream, I'm dictating you.
Oh, you are dictating me.
In my dream, yes.
Okay, so you're which country from?
Hungary.
Hungary, who is the Prime Minister? Who's the Prime Minister? Huh? Huh?
Viktor Orban.
Okay, let us listen. Victor, right? Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor is controlling you or you controlling Mr. Victor? He's the part of your dream, right?
Yeah, that's part of the suffering that I'm creating with my mind. Things that
So which means that others don't exist.
They exist in my dream.
Okay, they exist in your dream.
Objectively, no.
Yeah, they exist in your dream. You exist in their dream.
Sorry?
You also exist in their dream.
I'm not sure if there is a there.
Okay, so you're not sure? You're not sure whether you are in Tushita.
What? Objectively? No.
Not objectively. Are you in Tushita or not?
Subjectively, yes.
Okay. So don't go to the shop and say, please give me a subjective bread. Don't say that. Are you, so am I part of your dream?
Yes.
Oh yeah, are you part of my dream? Very biased.
I'm not sure if you objectively exist.
Okay, so yeah, you are a part of your dream? You are also not real?
No.
Huh?
I objectively don't exist.
This is what I'm saying. So you are part of your dream? I'm also part of your dream? And you are part of my dream? Okay, so which means you don't have an answer to Rainbow's question. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, Tomer.
I'll go back to what who said, but we don't see the same thing. Even all the people who think the sun is good and want to go, they still don't see the same sun. They see a concept of a sun, but it's a different one.
Okay, so we are not seeing the same sun.
No,
Okay, we are not in same Tushita.
no, not in.
Oh, we are in different Tushita. That's amazing. So your Tushita may be nice.
Yes, but maybe for someone else, Tushita is very cold.
No, my question is, are we in one Tushita or 100 Tushita? There are like 50 people, 50 Tushita or just one Tushita? How many Tushita is there? This is my question.
It can be still one.
How many? One or many?
One.
One, not many. Okay, your Tushita, my Tushita is one. If different, then two, right? 50 people, 50 Tushita. So I went to Tushita, there are 50 Tushita there, right? Then I had the audience with His Holiness there. I'm confused. There were thousands of His Holiness Dalai Lama there. One Dalai Lama which my friend saw, one Dalai Lama which I saw, there are hundreds of Dalai Lama there, right? So I'm confused where to go to, which to see audience. Right? This is all contradiction with the conventional world. Anyone? So now we cannot give answer to Rainbow's question. Okay, we have 2 minutes more. Over there.
I think it's connected with relativity, relative truth, and dependent origination.
Yes. How?
Because it's true that we all have almost same education and we grow up in the same environment and we have been learning this from small, but still when we are about our choice in the links, in the dependent origination, we have free choice.
So the question is, Rainbow's question is very complicated. What he's saying is, if everything is projection by your own mind, if there are 50 different people, there should be 50 different things projected. And what you project and what others project, they are not same. So there should be 50 different Tushitas. Because there should be 50 different people projecting Tushita, there should be 50 different Tushitas. This is Rainbow's question, right? Okay, Lisa.
Entity-wise and isolate-wise?
Wow.
And ultimate analysis and conventional analysis?
So explain further.
So the sun that we're all seeing or labeling to be there and in this way, that's from the object side 1, which is entity.
Okay, entity-wise 1.
And then isolate, we're all, even though we're agreeing that this is how it is, each projection could be different in the way that how we perceive and our karma is reflecting the sun in that moment.
That's interesting. Entity-wise, there's only one thing over there, but how we perceive is different. So isolate-wise, they're different. So can you speak about the isolate of the sun seen by me? Isolate sun with respect to me, isolate sun with respect to you, they're different?
depending on the karma.
Okay, I should the sun that I'm saying, is that sun or not?
Yes.
I should have sun that you are saying is a sun or not?
Yes.
These two are different or these two are one? Huh? If there's a one, same problem. Is there different two suns? You said this also sun, this also sun, two suns are there. Then 50 suns, right? But I'm glad that you try to apply what you've studied. That also makes sense. So we have to really think about this. One entity, but different isolates, right? Okay. But these are brilliant ideas, and then these questions are asked, then your thinking becomes, then say you go deep. Deep doesn't, let's say that this is the depth. And then they say our thinking remains at this level. So what do Lisa? Lisa's thinking go a little deep with the Rainbow's question. It goes a little deep, right? To give the answer. And then another question is asked, and then you get stuck there. You get it? And then you don't want to get stuck. So what do? You look for answers. When you look for answers, you go deeper. With more questions, again you get stuck. It goes deeper, deeper, deeper. Finally, it touches the bed. And then you get the ultimate answer. You're getting it? This is how we grow in our intelligence. This is so precious. So that's simply because that, your question is challenged by somebody. Doesn't mean that your answer is wrong. Your answer is correct. The same my hand, is it going deeper, closer towards the table? Going closer, which means that it's in the proper direction. But simply because it is going closer doesn't mean that it has touched the table. You getting it? So, with more questions, how can you go deeper? With more questions, you are challenged. Then you think. When you think, then you go deeper. This is how we go deeper, 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 and then finally touch the table, touch the ground. This is how we have to grow. This is the only way how we can grow in our intelligence. This is so important. In other words, what we have studied before, you try to use them, like what Lisa did. Try to use them in your understanding. And these questions are very precious. You don't just rule out that, okay, this question doesn't make any sense, right? These questions are so important. These will help us to go deeper, to really understand what Nagarjuna's philosophy is. Okay, so now going back before we wind up for this morning session, is that so we talk about the 5 with respect to the standard Nagarjuna's text, which said.
You did not give answer. Question come not from you. Question come from the rainbow.
Look, Rainbow's smiling. Rainbow's migraine gone. Wow. So Rainbow, in future, if you migraine, bring him. Right. Bring him. Let him, ask questions. Okay, that's a good question. Okay. So what do you do? What do you do? Okay, first let me finish what I have to do. Right. Then we'll see. Then let's see whether we retire for lunch or what to do. Okay. So ceasing comes afflictions is nirvana. Comes afflictions arise from conceptualization of inappropriate tension, which in turn arises from the elaboration of self-grasping ignorance, and the ignorance ceases through the wisdom of emptiness. Okay. And in this also can be, I so well remember that His Holiness the Dalai, many of the intricacies of these texts we get from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. He's also extremely brilliant, extremely smart, brilliant, and then he shares all these intricacies which we don't really find in the public teachings. And if you're able to pick them up, pick these gems from his own, they're extremely precious. So, Ishwesti, you have seen what you have read from your notebook. So, did you see that in this book? Just show that to me. Where is it? Page 116. Oh, let's all turn to page 116. Okay, what you see something something there, something eye striking. In the last line of verse number 5, page 116. What do you see? Something there. Something which catches your eyes. In the last line of verse number 5, what do you see? Michael, what do you see?
By or into it.
Yes, by or into. There's an option given there. By or into. In the text, in the original text, it says by. By. This is the original version. Original version means the standard text, you find it there. Then His Holiness in his public talk, public teachings, he will say that this Sanskrit version, His Holiness received teachings on Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life from one great master by the name Venerable Kundalama Lama Tenzin Gyatso, incredibly brilliant master of compassion, and a great Sanskritist who used to spend a lot of time around the Sanskrit atmosphere in Varanasi. And when His Holiness was giving teaching, and His Holiness was receiving teaching from him, so that teacher told His Holiness that this line in Tibetan, they tomba ni tu kabarkyur, or it says tomba nige kabarkyur. So there, he said that in Sanskrit, tomba niki, it is through or it is by emptiness. So this can also be read as into emptiness. Okay, so what is into? This is very nuanced understanding. So when you experience emptiness, what is that mind which experiences emptiness? Ultimate analysis, conventional analysis. Ultimate analysis. In this ultimate analysis, what you experience is emptiness. In that experience, all the conventionalities dissolve. Your sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, everything dissolves in that experience. So, all the conventional, your miseries, all these miseries dissolve into emptiness. It's very profound understanding, profound, peaceful information. And how that happens is by the wisdom of emptiness. So by the wisdom of emptiness is more standard or is more common. But into emptiness is very profound, particularly profound. Okay, so with this, with this verse, what we see is that the 5 points. If you don't want miseries, what should we be doing? In the context of the understanding of this verse, ceasing comes of afflictions is nirvana, comes of afflictions arise from the conceptualization, which in turn arises from the elaborations. Elaboration ceases into or through the wisdom of emptiness. Tell me, if you want to stop the miseries completely, what should we be doing? Realize emptiness. You getting it? Okay. So now, realizing emptiness comes. What is the opposite of realizing emptiness? Self-grasping ignorance. In this order, self-grasping ignorance comes the first, second, third, fourth. Where? In the order of how? According to this verse, it comes. Number 1 or number 5? Huh? It comes in number 5. You getting it? Although, so this is the extremely important message for all of us, for you and for me, all of us. The message is that while finally, we have to cut the self-grasping ignorance by the wisdom of emptiness. But, say for example, let's say that you need to have a peace of mind. You have to say meditate a single point. You have to learn how to practice a single point meditation. Shamatha, so that your mind becomes very stable, not affected by your mind really focuses and not being pulled and pushed by anything. And you are in the middle of a crowd, middle of a very extremely chaotic, lousy, the noisy crowd, and then I'm fed up with this crowd, then you have to meditate, and you sit in the crowd and meditate. Is it possible? No, you're getting it. You cannot. You cannot. You're getting it? So what should you do? Because you are you are a beginner. You are a beginner. You are not advanced meditator. If you're an advanced meditator, you'll be in the worst, the noisiest of the crowd, still you can meditate. But for beginners, they cannot. So what should we do? First, create a conducive factor. You're getting it? Likewise, we talk about the emptiness, ultimate reality. For this, we have to first minimize the inappropriate attention. When you minimize the inappropriate attention, then the emptiness is closer. To minimize the emptiness, minimize the inappropriate attention, you have to minimize the afflictions. To minimize the afflictions, we have to minimize the contaminated karma. So you're getting it? And to minimize, okay, so this is what we should be doing. Now, contaminated karmas, we don't really have to study too much. Because contaminated karma is we easily know, for example, stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, they're all bad. We all know that. So even without studying, we know that these things which we know so well, we have to first put some effort to minimize these wrong actions. You getting it? Let me give an example. Say that, how many seen, extremely clear water like the ocean, or particularly like ocean or sea, extremely clear water, in a sense? Good. And when this clear sea or the water of the sea, when it is in a turbulent wave, do you see the clarity of the water? No. What do you see? Same, although it's very clear, but when it takes the form of extremely forceful the wave form, it is seen as white. From the aeroplane down, you see the wave. It is what color do you see? White. And then you can surf, right? Okay, white. But this white is not the real color of this water. You're getting it? So this wave, ferocious wave, is a metaphor for the contaminated karmas. You're getting it? Then when this ferocious wave they subside, then what happens? You see the bubbles in the water. Bubbles. When you see the bubbles, you will not see the clarity of the water. The bubbles are the metaphor for the afflictions. Once the bubbles subside, then they're very tiny, the sediments are there, tiny particles, tiny sand particles are there, very tiny sand particles are there, and that is the metaphor for inappropriate attention. And the tiny sand particles, with your naked eyes, you may not see them, but if you look at it very clearly, you see that they're very tiny sand particles. So you are not seeing the real purity of the water. So once these subside, then you see the tiny, extremely subtle water currents inside. Water currents mean movement of the water inside. So that is metaphor for the self-grasping ignorance. When that is removed, then you see the stillness of the clear water. You getting it? So seeing emptiness is like letting you experience the stillness of the absolutely pure, clear water. For that matter, when there's a ferocious wave there, can you see that still clear water? You cannot see that. So when we are in the grip of the contaminated karmas, afflictions, so forth, there's no way by which we can see the emptiness, which is like seeing the clarity of the water. We cannot see that. If you want to see that, we have to first stop the ferocious waves, contaminated karmas. You're getting it? Like 10 non-virtuous karmas. 10 non-virtuous, the karmas. 10 non-virtues. What are they? 3 physical, 4 verbal, and 3 mental. We have to somehow put effort to say no to these 10 non-virtues. 3 physical, 4 verbal, and 3 mental. If we don't put effort in these 4, all we study will not really help us to see the emptiness, the true nature of your mind. What are the 3 physical? Stealing, killing, and sexual misconduct. So we have to stay away from these. If we cannot stay away from this, no matter how much, what Dhamma practice that you do, we cannot really see the ultimate reality, number 1. 3, then 4 verbal. What are they? Lying, slandering, harsh words, idle gossip, telling lies, slandering, creating division among the people, among the friends and so forth. Then harsh words towards your mother, particularly towards the mother, is very easy, because the mother is the one who is most vulnerable, because she loves you so much, right? And you can easily say anything and the mother keeps quiet. So one time, there's a family who always invite me whenever I go to this place. They host my stay there, and they told me that they're coming to Delhi. So I told them, when you come to Delhi, you come to my place. And then they agreed. And particularly, I went to the mother and told the mother that when your family coming, you must be with them. And then what she said, Geshe-la, I have this problem, I have that problem, this problem. And for me, it's very easy to make her come to my place. Very easy. But why you went there is out of courtesy. Out of courtesy, out of respect for her. And she said, Geshe-la, I have this problem, that problem is very easy. And then I went to the eldest daughter. Told the eldest daughter that when you're all coming, hey, Kaya Tenzin Dhamma, how are you? Wonderful. Okay. Ninjila. So nice to meet you. Good. Okay, then what happened was that, okay, my story is being pulled by Kaya Tenzin Dhamma, right? Everybody's looking. Okay. So then I went to the eldest daughter of the mother and told her that when you're all coming, your mother's not coming to my place. And she said, no, we're all coming. I told her personally, and she said, no. And she said, no, we're all coming. She said, we're all coming. I said, then she said, Mom, from distance, she said, Mom. And the mother said, yes, right? And she said, when we are in Delhi, we are all going to Geshe-la's place. And then what is her response? She said, yes, finish. Very good. When I just went there, particularly with as just a respect, and I told come, she said, I have this problem, that problem, this problem, this problem. And then when the daughter said, you're going there, she said, yes, finish. And then she came. You're getting it? So the point of what I'm saying is that usually we take for granted the mother's love. And we easily shout at the mother. Particularly today's people with modern education, this is a problem. So let us make sure that the first thing that we do, we talk about emptiness, bodhicitta and so forth, charity begins at home. Start from the mother. Stop shouting at the mother. You getting it? So if the mother says, hey my son, my daughter, you'll have a cup of tea, right? Cup of tea. What cup of tea? No coffee? No hot coffee? Right? Instead of that, my daughter, my son, you'll have a cup of tea. Mom, please sit. What do you like to have? Tell me, what do you like to have? I'll serve you. Right? Oh, the mother's quite amazed. Really amazed this time, right? All the many years, always the child is sitting, the daughter is sitting like this, the son is sitting like this, no coffee, right? No cold coffee, no hot coffee. And today is very different. Mom, please sit. What do you like to? I'll serve you, right? Mother said, what happened? It's amazing. You are changed, right? I went to Tushita. Okay, what is Tushita like? Your mother's not interested in Tushita, but she simply wants to create conversation with you. What is Tushita like? It must be so good. Yes, very good, right? It's very good. So this is how we have to start. And then you bring a change in the mother's heart. That the mother feels this change in you. So this is the beginning. So 3 physical, 4 verbal, stop the harsh words and stop idle gossip. And then what? Then 3 mental. What is mental? 3 mental. Wrong view come last. Covetousness, ill will, and wrong view. Covetousness is excessive greed or excessive attachment to the extent that you want to have the possession which is owned by somebody else. In other words, craving for or desirous of the objects which belong to somebody else. This is covetousness. This is extreme form of attachment. Then ill will is extreme form of anger, wanting to harm the other person. You getting it? Okay. And then wrong view is a part of ignorance. Okay. So just see that if you can stay away from these 10 non-virtues as much as possible. If you don't even put attempt, then no point to talk about emptiness. You getting it? Okay. So say stay away from, stop the ferocious wave. Then you can expect water to become clearer. Next is the bubbles. What are these bubbles in the water? Afflictions like the desire, craving, attachment, aversion, anger, jealousy, and so forth. Let's try to minimize them. Number 2, you're getting it? Minimize them as much as you can. Then number 3, inappropriate attention, seeing things that's absolutely good or absolutely bad and so forth. Always try to see things in relative terms, not absolute. Try to see things in relative terms. This helps us to minimize the inappropriate attention. Then next, what? Self-grasping ignorance. Only then the emptiness will work. You're getting it? You meditate in emptiness, self-grasping, you work, oh, this house, self-grasping. Then it works, and you can actually start to feel that experientially. Then you can see emptiness. Even if somebody has a brilliant understanding, meaning the knowledge of emptiness, but if these are not checked, contaminant karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, then the experiential experience of emptiness will not come to us. Intellectually, you may be so good. Once in a while, you may get some glimpse of emptiness. It can happen, but actual grounded experience of emptiness will not happen. Okay, we stop here. Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyatam Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyatam Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. 3 precisions together. Okay, afternoon we do the class, right? Oh. After we do the class.
This NDC class at 3:30.
Yes. We have
NDC,